237. That's the number of notifications an average teenager receives every single day. 2617. Each swipe, tap and scroll that fills the hours of the average user's day. 5 years and 4 months. The time spent on social media over a lifetime. We have never been more connected, sharing everything with everyone. But somehow we have never felt more distant from each other, and maybe even from ourselves. Anxiety, loneliness, addiction, overload, a perfect life on the outside, but what about the inside? The other day, I looked around, a train full of faces lit by screens. And then I looked at myself, and I asked, are we really living? You know, it's funny how different it feels out here. No walls, just open sky and a bit of breeze. It makes me realize how much time I spend looking at screens instead of this. So, I've been creating content for social media for about 2 years now. I started out with tutorials on creative workflows, and then I got into sharing these little reflective reels about life in the digital age. And all the time, I've been asking myself, am I adding to the noise, or am I offering something real, something that adds a value or can inspire someone? Recently, I've been paying closer attention to how people use their phones, especially as someone who works in the tech world. I mean, I'm pretty much glued to my phone too, right? Let me tell you this. The other day, I was at gym and I saw a woman that was training in the weirdest position I have ever seen. Her form was so off, and this because she had to look at her phone in that specific moment. That really stuck with me. It made me think about how we interrupt our own moments just to check our phones. I've been using tech products for my whole life. I still remember the first time I got my hands on this old computer. It felt like stumbling upon a whole new universe. I would spend hours tinkering around and trying to figure out how everything worked. Honestly, that sense of wonder never left me. And to be fair, these devices have changed my life for the better. I would say that 90% of what I know and what I do right now is thanks to technology. For example, it gave me the possibility to make the job and learn the job that I'm doing right now, and also as an artist, it gave me the tools to express who I am. We have this massive pool of information at our fingertips, most of it is also free, and we have gotten so used to it that we don't really value it anymore. The average person in the US spends about 4 hours and 30 minutes a day on their phone. I checked my own stats the other day and I'm really worse. 7 hours and 36 minutes daily on my iPhone. That number honestly shocked me. Sure, I have to say that most of this time is also to work because editing, posting, responding to messages is actually part of my job, but still it makes me wonder how much of my energy goes into that screen instead of, for example, meeting friends, being present, just living more. I am never really still. I don't remember the last time I allowed myself to be bored. Any free moment, waiting in line, sitting on the train, or just a quiet second at home, I automatically reach for my phone. It's become so easy to fill every idle with scrolling or tapping that I have forgotten sometimes how to just be. It's wild how life feels like it's fast forward. We are constantly pushing ourselves to do more, to keep hustling, and social media amplifies that feeling. Endless highlight reels of everyone's perfect life, notifications buzzing all day, it's overwhelming. Anxiety, burnout, feeling like you are never quite enough, it's all part of this system. And the crazy part is that actually technology born like something that should help us to make things easily and to have more free time. But instead, it's turned into this loop of scrolling, checking, comparing. It feels like we have traded our focus for a never-ending stream of buzzes and pings. So, talking about tools that actually can improve your life, especially by improving the quality of your time on your phone, I'm so happy to partner with My Mind. This isn't just another app that can distract you, but it's a space where your ideas can breathe. Let me explain. Whenever inspiration strikes, a design, a quote, an idea, I add it to my mind without overthinking. It's completely changed how I manage my creativity. Instead of feeling scattered or worried about forgetting something, I know everything is safely stored and automatically organized. It's like having a personal assistant for your ideas. In this way, I stay focused on creating rather than worrying about keeping track of it all. No folders, no categories. The app's algorithm intuitively organizes everything for me, finding connections I hadn't even considered. One feature I've found invaluable is serendipity. It's a quiet moment in the chaos, a chance to revisit and reflect on everything I've collected. It lets me slow down, prioritize what matters, and let go of what doesn't. No ads and no interruptions. Honestly, it feels like having a second brain. Whenever my thoughts get messy or I come across something inspiring, my mind helps me sort it all out. I'm not saying technology is the problem. I'm not saying we shouldn't use it. In the end, it's just a tool. It can help us or consume us, depending on how we choose to use it. But maybe that's the thing. We have stopped choosing. We have stopped asking ourselves, do I really need this? Is this actually making me feel better? Or I am just feeling the silence? And maybe that's the real issue. We don't allow ourselves to stop anymore, to be in a moment without the feeling to document it, to sit in silence without instantly reaching for something to scroll through.
Waste of a heart if it's not yours. Strangers have gained, I'm not sure what you like more. Love me less, I'll never forget you. I can't stand to see you with someone else. With someone else.